What's up, guys? And Fernape here. Now, if you guys don't know, BDSP are some of the hit and miss games. Some people like it, some people like to shit on it. So, I came here to give my opinion on BDSP, but I did not do it alone. I have brought in a game designer. Plus, like, this guy, his schedule is so jam-packed with stuff, it was so hard to land a schedule, but he managed to free up some space for me, and we're here to go over Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So, let me introduce you to him.
A ring-a-ding-ding. Hello everybody. My name is Dr. Amnesia, and welcome to the BDSP Game Review.
For those who are new around this channel, this is my very good friend David, also known as Dr. Amnesia. And before you click away, he is a game designer. And to prove it, we'll have a very brief interview. So, how long have you been studying games?
I've been doing games design for about 2 years. I'm currently on a AGG course, which is Animation, Games and Graphics, level 2. I've been studying that. This is my first year doing AGG, which we do Unity, which is the game engine of choice that we've been studying. What we do on there is we learn to place trees, we learn to do water animation, we learn to build terrains, so mountains, we learn to make characters walk, we learn to rig characters, we learn to do C# coding scripts. C# is a coding language if you didn't know. We learn how to do many things inside of the Unity engine. We also look at Unreal 4 and Unreal 5 engine, if you know what they are. Lots of different games are made on those engines, as you'll find out like throughout this video game rating stuff.
And from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, how would you rate your own gaming skills?
I mean, in terms of making games, I would say I'm pretty good at level design. I specialize in the level design aspect because, as you know, making games has many different aspects. You've got your level design crew, you've got your sound and engineering crew who are making the game, you've got your voice actors, you've got your coders, you've got your managers, your concept artists. I'm a level designer, so I would say I'm a pretty good level designer. I would give it about a 6, maybe 5. I'm not the amazing. There's better people out there, way better than me. But I'm striving to get better. I'm currently working on a project called Earth's Final Hour.
Didn't you say that was a game about climate change?
Yes, it's a game about climate change, and I aim to hopefully post that on itch.io, which is a gaming platform for PC games. I plan to get that up there, but I'm not sure when or if I can do that. So hope so. It's for college project, but maybe getting it up there is a goal of mine.
As you can see, he's well knowledged, so he's welcome here. So, like I said, me and David are going to be going over both Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Now, we definitely have mixed opinions about it, but I definitely think that they are definitely worth the money if you ask me. Plus, the games themselves, yes, I can see why people may not like them, but I think they're really, really good games. So we're going to be going over everything in each category. We have quite a few different categories. I'm going to be ranking them from 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, 10 being the GOAT.
We are also looking at stuff inside of that category, talking about how we feel about them, looking at the good side and looking at the bad side of each aspect and saying what we would change. This may be a little bit of a long video, so you're in for a treat. I'm going to be sharing my knowledge and my know-how, and a lot of the technical side of stuff as well. So if you're interested in the technical side of how things work, there's also that aspect to it, as well as just overall enjoyment.
Yeah, like David said, this is going to be quite a lengthy video. So if I were you, I would get a soda, grab some popcorn, and enjoy. Be sure also let us know down in the comment section below what you thought of our ratings. if you agree with my views, if you agree with David's views, if you want us to do more stuff like this in the future, and also be sure to go subscribe to David's channel, Dr. Amnesia, link in the description below. So without further ado, let's get into the video! Okay, first thing we're going to be talking about is difficulty. Now this category is somewhat self-explanatory. We're going to be going over how difficult we found the game. I'm going to kick things off. Personally, I kind of thought that the difficulty was exactly the same in the original Diamond and Pearl games. Would you say that's accurate?
I would say that's a little inaccurate, actually. I disagree with you on that one. This game is PEGI rated PEGI 7, I believe. It is a rated PEGI 7.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, so it's rated PEGI 7. The originals were rated PEGI 3.
Yeah, but keep in mind, if you think about it, let's take the movie Woman in Black. Back then it was rated a 12, now it's rated a 15.
Okay, yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's rated a PEGI 7, right? Because they've upgraded the difficulty. What they've done is they've gave all the Elite Four competitive movesets and competitive items. They've increased the difficulty a little bit. So I would say it's a little bit more difficult. They've tweaked it a little bit. I would say that it's a little bit more difficult than the originals. I wouldn't say it's like otherworldly more difficult than the original, but I would say it's a teensy bit more difficult than the original. I would say it makes me think a little bit more, but I wouldn't say it's otherworldly more difficult.
True. I mean, personally, I swept through the first 8 gym leaders and the Elite Four. The only difficulty that I came across was Cynthia.
I didn't find Cynthia difficult, to be fair. I didn't find anything.
That's because,
difficult.
Spoiler alert, this guy decided to use Destiny Bond on a Gengar, which I think is a cheat way to win.
Hey, if it's in the game, it's there to be played, okay? Now let me give you something, right? If there is a way to utilize an ability in a game, you should use it, okay? I, as a game designer, if I put something in my game... Sorry, I made the camera shake.
Oh, no, that's okay.
If I expect something to be used in a game, you know, I put something in there for it to be used, right? I expect people to utilize it. Destiny Bond is a move, okay? It is a move on Gengar. They got rid of Levitate on Gengar. I used that to my advantage.
I personally think that it's not an honourable victory.
A victory is a victory, in as you say, right? As long as you win, you win. That's what you told me.
No further comment.
No further comment. I think I just proved him wrong.
Like, when I first faced Cynthia for the very first time, my team, like, I will admit, I couldn't make a best team in time because it was completely new, didn't know shit about it. But the problem is, Cynthia whipped my ass 3 times in a row.
I beat her first try.
That's because you used cheap tactics.
He didn't have a Gengar, that's why.
I mean, my team I thought was very well balanced, but even then, I didn't use a Weavile, because Weavile is one of the very few Pokemon that can outspeed that Garchomp.
I think Gengar outspeeds Garchomp as well.
I don't actually know.
Mine did.
Yeah, that's...
My Gengar. But Gengar is ungodly fast for some reason. No idea why, but Gengar is fast. Why is Gengar so fast?
I guess and they thought about it, like, spirits, maybe they're supposed to be, like, known as fast? I don't know.
But Gengar is fast, man. Gengar is really fast.
So, I would say the difficulty would be a little bit of a step up, because the gym leaders got updated movesets and updated held items, and the Elite Four were definitely competitively made. So if I were to rank the difficulty, I would probably say, well, for my experience, maybe... I'll probably give it a 6. Because if you're an experienced player, you can sweep through it. But if you're a new player, you may have some trouble. So,
yeah, I do agree with you there. Looking at the target demographic of the age rating, like being 7, and it being like aimed at like that age group, I could see the children would have a difficult time getting through the game unless they played it before and like they're pretty good, or they have a Dragonlance Gyarados. I would say I would give it a rating of 5. I think that's a nice in the middle sort of rating. I think that's pretty fair.
Fair enough, mate.
I would say rating of 5. Like, it's not too much, not too little. It's just right, you know. Like 5 is a good number. I feel.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, that's fair enough, mate.
I'll give him a 5. I think that's pretty fair.
Next up, we're going to be talking about story. Now, everyone knows that the story is copy-paste of Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, I feel the story, again, like, from my perspective, again, it's a remake. Okay, it's a faithful remake.
Too faithful compared to, like, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Ruby Sapphire.
Yeah, when I, like, without comparing it to other titles, I have to look at it as its own brand, its own game. I can't look at it as anything else because that would be unfair.
That's fair enough.
It's its own game. Okay, like it's a copy and paste. I can't really say anything else than that. It does what it's meant to do. It brings you back to what you experienced back in 2007. Like it's fine, really. Like I like if you're basing it what Diamond and Pearl did, fair enough. You know, I thought Diamond and Pearl were okay. I didn't think the story was all that. Like I thought it was run of the mill.
So in other words, you thought it was average.
I thought it was average. I didn't think it was like anything to write home about. I didn't think it was like the best, but I didn't think it was the worst. I think it was pretty good.
With me, I effing love the story. Like, I am a big fan of people who write about stuff like how the universe was made, how the world was made, where did this come from, what came first.
Is that a JoJo reference? He said the world. Sawardo.
This isn't our cover of the world, David.
It's a JoJo reference. I needed to make that. Okay, carry on. Sorry.
You should go watch that cover, by the way. Really good. Anyway, like I said, I love the story of Diamond and Pearl. I thought the story was really, really well made because we get to watch and relive how people in ancient times saw Dialga and Palkia. And I also love that aspect. And I also love how in the Canalave Library you can actually see what people were like considered ancient times back in the Sinnoh region, you know? So I definitely thought the story was definitely one of the best.
Don't you mean the Hisui region?
We're not talking about Legends Arceus. That's for another video. So I'm going to have to give the story... I'm going to have to give the story a 9 out of 10 because I personally love the story. I love learning about the ancient times and I love seeing how people view Dialga and Palkia.
Okay. I'm going to give the story... Okay, right. Because this is the BDSP story we're talking about and not the Diamond and Pearl story we're talking about. I'm gonna have to give the story a 4 because it's the BDSP story. Okay, if this was Diamond and Pearl, it would have been higher. Okay, if this was Diamond and Pearl, it would have been higher. If this was Diamond and Pearl, it would have been like maybe a 6. Okay, but because it's BDSP, I'm gonna have to give it a 4. Reason being is because I would like more. You know, I would like more involvement. You know, I want more evolution. Like, because as what you said before, it is meant to be a faithful remake, yes. However, as you said before, Oras, that is still playing on my mind. The fact that Oras did something amazing.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow. Sorry, now I'm talking about Oras. But that's not what we're doing today. But like, it's very run of the mill. You know, like I can't really say much about it, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to give it a 4.
Okay, the next topic was meaning. Well, it's quite self-explanatory. Sound effects are just the sound effects that you get in the game. So, let's say if your character is walking, it would more than likely make a sound, like maybe a walking sound. Or maybe when you're walking through the tall grass, it'll make some sort of grassy sound.
Yeah, like rustling.
Yeah, like rustling.
When you're walking through leaves, it would make rustling leaf sounds. Or when you hear walking past water, it would hear you would hear water splashing against the side of things. Stuff like that.
Or when your Pokemon uses Volt Tackle or Flamethrower.
It's called ambiance.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll let you talk about this since I've gone first a couple times.
Okay, so sound effects help set something called the mise-en-scene. Mise-en-scene means like where it's set, right? So like if it's set at night, you would have like crickets and like things like that. Like, you know, that helps set the mise-en-scene. That's a French word meaning like
Oh, oui, oui.
You made me lose my train of thought. Mise-en-scene meaning like places, like where things are set. So say if I had a medieval town, that's my mise-en-scene. So the sound effects in the game I think are pretty good. I think Robert can agree with me on that. I think they are pretty good.
The sound effects to me are very, very good. Like probably like better than the OGs if you like agree with me on that.
Yeah, the OGs literally had no sound effect pretty much.
Yeah. Like when you're walking like in town, there is no sound effect.
It's pretty much dead silent. It's overpowered by the music.
I don't think there's any at all. Like there's
there's
none. But when you're walking, say, on a road, there is sound effects.
And when you're walking like on hard floor, it makes like little footstep sounds.
Yeah.
And that can really help build the game. At least I think it does make little footstep sounds. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, like would you say that the correct volume? Do you want them to be quieter,
I
louder?
I would say like make it louder. Definitely make it louder because I think they are a little bit quiet. And the fact that I had to question that if it did means that they are too quiet. They are way too quiet. I think they need to be upped a little bit. And or there should be a control to lower the music level. Because I do think the music is a little bit too loud in the game. But we'll get on to music in a little bit.
Yeah, that's the next topic.
Yeah.
So, sound effects, I would probably... I didn't really have much of a problem with sound effects, so I'll just give it a 10, because I didn't find any problems.
Do you not want to talk about sound effects at all?
I mean, I don't really have much to say about sound effects, if I'm honest. I thought the sound effects were really good compared to the OG Pokemon games. Massive improvements. And I definitely feel like that was a good step in the right direction for future Pokemon games. And I didn't find any problems with sound effects. So that's why I'm giving it a 10.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5, I think.
Oh, I think it would be better if we don't do 0.5.
Do you not want to do point? Okay, I'm gonna give it a 9 then.
Okay.
Or actually no, I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
I think 8 is fine for that then.
Okay, so would you say the only problem is make the footsteps louder?
Yeah, make the footsteps louder and other ambient sounds because I think I think the world was a little bit too quiet and it made me feel a little bit lonely, like when I was walking around. I think that maybe just having Pokemon noises sometimes every now and then would make the world feel a little bit more alive. And even having overworld Pokemon like walking around the grass as well as having random encounters would be good. But then again, that would not be great as well.
I mean, that kind of reminds me of Auras, because remember, there was wild Pokemon or Pokemon that were with trainers that kept on walking by and you can interact with them and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I did like that aspect. Maybe, like, just having some, like, Pokemon, like, fly past you, like, not ones you can encounter.
You mean sort of like the Tailo did in Auras?
Yeah, maybe just have some Pokemon fly past you every now and then. That would be good. Like, on Route 1, maybe have some... Not Route 1, like 201, whatever it is.
201, yeah.
Maybe have some, like, just some Starly fly past you or something, whatever. That'd be good.
Fair enough.
Just ambiance.
Next up, we're going to be talking about music. Don't ask. I thought it'd be funny.
I want to hit him.
I mean, you do that too often.
Do you know why I'm here? Right, let me tell you a story. He is paying me with gummy bears, guys. He has me hostage. Right.
Well, you know how I said that I've convinced him to do more collabs with me? This is how.
Yeah, he's paying me with 12 and a half gummy bears, and if I'm a good boy, I get 13.
Yeah. Well, so far you're being a good boy.
He pats me on the head one more time, and I'm breaking his hand.
Then no more gummy bears for you.
No.
Right, okay, music. We're getting distracted.
Okay, I thought music was absolutely brilliant. Like, they took the OG soundtracks. Do you mind?
Not at all.
They took the OG soundtracks and made them more modern. That was just such a brilliant idea. I loved the soundtracks, and you can stop taking the piss, otherwise no more gummy bears for you.
I'm sorry, you're just so funny.
Yeah.
The way you articulate is really funny to me, and I don't know why.
I was in acting since I was 7, and they always said to articulate, and it kind of stuck.
I don't know, the way you did the absolutely brilliant. It was, I do agree with you. It was absolutely brilliant.
So, let's hear your take on the music.
Okay, so my take on the music was that it was a bit too loud.
A bit too loud?
I think it's a bit too loud.
What planet do you come from?
Don't know. I come from some planet where the music was a bit too loud, apparently. Right, yeah, no, so music was a bit too loud, I feel. Also, I would have liked you got the item for the DS sounds, like the OG sounds.
Yeah, like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that one. You got the items, like the item, like from that, like small town in between Pastoria and I can never remember Veilstone.
Yeah, Veilstone, Pastoria, and Hearthome are all connected to each other.
Yeah, but not Hearthome. But you know that town between Sunny Shore.
Oh, you mean Valor Lakefront?
That one. I don't remember. I can never remember the name of it. But that little town there, you can get the DS sound effects that allow you to play the OG music from the DS.
I swear you can't play them until you've completed the game, though.
Yes, exactly, and this is my point. Why do that? Why not give it to them straight away? So someone that's played the game before can have that experience. Like just give it to them straight away, man. Just if they're putting it in the game, just give it to them in key items straight away, man. Why? Why do that? That is a really weird design choice.
I mean, I can understand why people may not like that aspect, but I can understand why people would want to listen to the new soundtracks as well as the old.
Yeah, but just give people the option. Just put it in options. Oh, here's a really neat option. You can switch between the two. That's so cool. I want to listen. Like, you can compare the two, like, Eterna Forest tracks. Here's the old one, and here's the new one. Oh, wow. That's such an improvement. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can really see the improvement in the soundtracks that way. I feel that would be really, really good.
Okay, so how would you rank the music from 1 to 10 then?
I think the music score was really good. I think it really helped build the game ambiance. Really made you feel involved with the game world. I'd actually give it a 10.
To be honest, same here.
Like, not many games for me get a 10 score in music.
Like, would you say that there are some games with really bad music?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, some music just pierce your ears. Like, there's some game music that I hear it and I'm like, I don't like that. And there's some game music where I'm like, hell yes.
Kind of like how I'm not a big fan of Smash Ultimate's music, and I am a Smash Brawls.
I will eat you alive.
But I'm into that.
I am like, yeah, some games like Skyrim, for instance, has amazing music, like beautiful music, and then like I wasn't a massive fan of Fallout's music, for example. Fallout's music wasn't great.
I haven't played Fallout, so I wouldn't know.
Or, for instance, I was playing a game. What game was it? I was playing Rocket League, and that has like really like annoying music. And because it's like bass blasting music, I hate it. Love the game, but I hate the music.
So, as you can see, we both love the music from BDSP, so that's why we're agreeing and putting it at 10.
Yeah. Okay, so next up, we're going to have a look at lighting, a very important aspect of a game, because it allows you to see what the hell you're doing, because without lighting, you're blind.
Then you have to throw in your parasects and use flash all the time.
Yeah, you won't be able to see what you're doing. You'll be walking around a Minecraft cave without torches. And believe me, that is a pain. Honestly, it's like going down mining without torches. Like, you will have to try and find a mine shaft. It's not good.
I mean, without torches, how else are you going to be able to see a Wagwan cheesecake carved in stone?
I know, right? Honestly, one cheesecake carved in stone. Like, who wouldn't want to see that?
I know you're watching, Demon. Hi.
Yeah, hi, Demon. How's it going, man? Love you, bro.
Okay, so lighting. I personally didn't find any problems with the lighting. I thought the lighting was very, very well executed and very good in some places rather than others. Your thoughts?
And brief. Okay, right, lighting. Here we go. Alright. Lighting, there was a lot of problems. It was very dark in a lot of places where there should have been a lot more lighting than there was. I feel that in a lot of the caves it was too dark. Now, I get caves are meant to be dark. Cool.
Yeah, not every cave is going to have the Minecraft torches all over the place.
Now listen. I get caves are meant to be dark. But come on, man. We're meant to be seeing what we're doing. And I find that in BDSP I've struggled a little bit. Unless my brightness was turned up a little bit more than it should be. Because I play on quite low brightness anyway to save power on my Switch, because that's just the smart way to play.
I mean, with me, all I do is draw the curtains and just stick the game on.
However, I feel that brightness is a problem in caves, and sometimes at night. I feel like they should put like some street lamps on the side of some routes.
In a cave?
No, on the side of some routes, and yes, sometimes in caves they can put torches on the walls.
Street lamps in caves?
No, torches, like fire torches.
Okay.
They can do that. That's not a hard asset to do, and especially in the engine that they're using, which we will talk about later on.
Did you find like some areas were better than others when it came to lighting?
Yes, I did. In fact, there was amazing lighting, especially in Eterna Forest and another one in Northern Floraroma Town. Now, there's a little patch in Floraroma Town, like as you go up to buy the honey. Like, you know, that little, like...
we were talking about actually where you get the honey, or the like ledge above it?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're in the same area.
Okay.
They're the same area, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. They are two of the most amazing places I've seen inside of a Pokemon game. Oh my god. Like, the petals flying across the screen, the lighting just really complements it, because they've dimmed it down, but they've also, like, gave it, like, a nice orange tint.
Yeah.
And it just complements it so well with all the like the pink and the purple and the red, and it just complements it so well. And Eterna Forest just had that. That is a good combination of white lighting and darkness, and it just really gives that dark forest feel to it.
Mm.
That is a great combination of lighting, and I feel they did really well on that.
So how would you rate the lighting? Because don't forget, lighting in battle animation also counts too.
I mean, that's a bit different. I'm talking about overworld lighting. It's not really...
Fair enough.
If we're talking... I'm gonna have to give this, like, the two places I talked about don't really save it. I'm gonna have to give it a 3. Just because the two places don't really save the rest of it. I felt it was too dark. I'm gonna have to give it a 3. However, the two places I did speak about were beautiful, and props to the level design team and the lighting team that did that, because that was phenomenal.
You're definitely getting 12 gummy bears after this. Anyway, I didn't see any problems with the lighting, but lighting to me isn't a big issue with games, so I'll probably give it a 9.
You what, sir?
I mean, lighting isn't the biggest issue in the world for me.
Insane.
I just want to like the game.
Lighting isn't a big issue to him. What? This is insanity. This is insanity. Any games designers watching this video, please comment down below and tell him how wrong he is. Thank you.
I mean, what are the chances of game designers watching my video right now?
I'll make some calls.
Oh, will you now?
Yes. I have a whole classroom full of them.
Well, I'll sure be telling all 3 of them that the lighting isn't a big issue.
There's 22 of them, but whatever.
Next up, we're going to be talking about animation. Now, this one, again, self-explanatory. It's basically how we found the entire animation of the game, whether it be walking around, battles, cutscenes, everything. It's just how we found the game in terms of animation. So, your thoughts?
Okay.
I knew this was coming. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
How about we just get it over with the elephant in the room?
The following mechanic.
That is the elephant in the room.
Now, here we go. Now, you know the Pokemon following you around mechanic? The thing that you get when you get to Home City after you get there and you go to the gardens. Like, not the gardens, what's it called?
Amity Square.
That thing. Yeah, they should call it Anarchy Square.
Amity.
No, they should call it Anarchy.
Why?
Because I want to kill it. Because
you can't say that.
Yes, I can. I want to kill it because it's horrible and I hate it because they give you this terrible mechanic. It's disgusting. Look at it. Right?
I mean, Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Okay, look, right. Let's compare the two. Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Funny enough, I'll take 2 screenshots and put it on the screen right now. Now tell me which you prefer. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or BDSP?
Okay, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Great. We love it, don't we?
It's pretty good.
We do love the following mechanic. Now we look at BDSP. Okay? What the hell have they done? Okay? They have looked at the Pokemon and they have shrunk it. Like, what have they done to Dialga and Palkia, man?
Oh, funny enough, I got a Palkia statue. Bring it on screen.
I'll bring it on screen. Hang on, let me pick him up. Say hello to Gerald. I named him Gerald.
Okay.
This is Gerald. Say hello to Gerald.
Basically, David Ed thinks that's around the same size as actual Pokemon are when you're using the following mechanic.
Yeah, so that's Gerald. And basically, Gerald is very small, like the Pokemon following you in BDSP. Now, the thing is that Palkia should not be the same size as a Chingling. That is ridiculous, okay? I'm sorry. If Palkia is the same size as miniature Pac-Man wearing a bow, I have a problem. Okay, can we bring up miniature Pac-Man wearing a bow?
There you go.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I can't deal with this. Okay? This is ridiculous. This is beyond ridiculous. And also, can we just talk about how when you get on the boat to Iron Island and your Pokemon is sat on the side of the shore, you will literally just leave it. You will leave it sat on the shoreline. Like, bye-bye, bye-bye forever. I'm just going to leave you sitting on the shoreline, not come back for you. I can't deal with that, man. And also, you can literally just, you know, the bike things, like, you know, the wooden things that you ride on.
Oh, you're talking about the fallen trees.
No, not the fallen trees. You know, the bike, the very thin bike things that you can ride on.
You mean when you go to get the TM for Shadow Ball?
Yes.
That is a fallen tree.
Is that a fallen tree?
That's supposed to be a fallen tree.
I never knew that. I thought it was just like a wooden path that people...
No, it was mentioned in the game that it's a fallen tree.
All this time I thought it was just engineered like a human thing.
I knew something he didn't.
Well, that's a problem. That's a new problem I'm gonna mention in an upcoming thing, because that is not obvious at all. And then you can literally have your Pokemon out in front of you and push it along, and it will be floating, right? So say you put a Torterra, he is literally the guy from the Snowman. Okay, he's floating.
Do you want to build a snowman?
He's like, what the hell, man? He's floating. What is he? The Houdini?
Kind of reminds me of the same thing that happened in your BDSP Nuzlocke.
Oh, yeah. Wait, who was floating? I don't remember.
It was Torterra, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Torterra was floating. Yeah, that was how I discovered it. Yeah, he was floating. I pushed him along and he was just floating. What the hell? My man was floating. Genbu be floating, my man.
You'll float too.
My man be floating. Anyway, right, battle animation.
Battle animation, OMFG, was amazing.
Yeah, okay, battle animation was good. I'll give you that. Battle animation was really good.
I loved the battle animation.
Yeah, battle animation was really good. I definitely think it was a step up.
Definitely a huge step up, because I personally think that the battle animation is better than Sword and Shield.
I don't think it was a massive step up, but I do think it was a step up.
Would you say better than Sword and Shield?
I would say it's a little bit of an upgrade. I wouldn't say it's like a massive upgrade.
But you would say it's better?
A smidge, yeah. Because obviously Sword and Shield came out at an earlier date.
Yeah. Still, although, I definitely feel like when it comes to battle animation, next to flawless. But when it comes to walking animation, get the fire. So, if I were to rank it based on that, I would probably give it... I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah, heavily because of the battle animation.
Okay, yeah, but you've also got to weigh in the other thing too.
What, the massive elephant in the room?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it's not a 10.
Really?
Yeah. So I did consider it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to give it a 6. The battle animation pushes it up to a 6. I think the walking animation really lowers it down because it's terrible. And also, not even that, just the some animations, even when like in battle, like with the actual Pokemon trainers themselves, when they're throwing stuff, I think they're a bit like, I don't know, I don't think they flow very well. Like
they need to be like water.
I think they're a bit. I don't know. I don't think they move very human-like. You know, I think they move a bit like octopuses.
Octopi.
Yeah, you know, yeah, octopi. Yeah, I think they're like bleh. They're not. They don't like. I can't really describe it, but they're not moving like they have bones. If that makes sense.
Fair enough.
You know how characters are meant to be rigged?
Yeah.
They don't look like they're rigged.
So would you say that the running animation was better in Sword and Shield then?
Yeah, I definitely. I don't know. I'm not too keen on the anime. Actually, no. I don't know. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I think they throw properly. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm second guessing myself now.
So you thinking about changing your rank?
Yeah, I'm changing my rank. I think put it up to a 7. I think they are pretty good at throwing stuff, and they do look kind of human, but they do need to be a bit more flowy and have more like joint limbs and have like a proper wrist and things like that. Okay. Because I think their arm moves in the same motion as their wrist does,
Yeah.
So I think that maybe adding more bones would be a better option.
Okay, now we're getting into the thing that I least like about these games, the character models. I despise the chibis. They can burn in hell from an Amaterasu launched by Sasuke himself. Your thoughts?
Okay, that was a okay. I didn't know why you was going silent. I think the chibi models weren't that bad, personally. Like the overall chibi models, I didn't think they were that bad. I thought that they did what they were meant to do. They brought people back from 2007 to now, like 2022 or 2021, whatever it was. It's 2021, right? November.
Yeah, it was. Either that or 2022, something like that. 21.
Should really researched that.
Yeah, we really should have researched that.
We did a lot of research for this, but we did not research that.
That should have been the first thing we researched.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid of us.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're done. But we'll... I actually have no problem with the chibi models. I think that they do their job. They bring people back for nostalgia. And they go with the world building, with the low poly style of the game.
I mean, to me, it looks like a downgrade from what they were trying to accomplish.
Again, I would have been happy with the 3D models.
I would have been happier with the 3D models because they look like they... Look, bring me one of my Funko Pops quickly. I don't care which one. Just bring one of them.
Okay, I'll grab one of them quickly. We'll grab Captain Falcon.
This is All Might. This is what we got when I want something like this. Or this. Not this.
Yeah, no. I think the chibis are all pretty good. They're like, I don't have a problem with the chibi models, actually.
I despise them.
Like, I would have been happy with the 3D models, but I also like the chibis.
I do not.
You keep saying. I think they do what they're meant to accomplish. They bring the world together.
Come together.
I think having the 3D models would have made more design choices and gave the players more customization. Gave them more ability to choose clothes and have more customization options. I think that would have been good. Because having that option is usually a good choice in a game. Having customization really gives more of a roleplay aspect. Having the choice to actually roleplay makes a game a lot more replayable. When a game's more replayable, people play it more. And when people play it more, people like buy it more. It sells more. And that was the thing with Skyrim and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, is that people bought it more because it was so replayable. Like, I played Skyrim how many times? Like 12, 13, 14 now?
And how often are you going to play Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 when they've released Dispo?
Don't even get me started on that. I'm so upset, but I can live. But, like, I get where you're coming from, but I'm happy with both. Like, I'm neutral on the situation.
I despise them, so that's why I'm going to give it a very, very low ranking. I'm not going to give it a 1 out of 10, because that seems a bit of a shitty thing to do, but I am going to give it a 2 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 7.
What?
I'm going to give it an 8, actually. I'm going to give it an 8, because I'm happy with it.
Like every anime character ever. Nani?
I'm going to give it an 8. I think I'm happy with an 8.
You confuse me.
Yeah, I think an 8's good, though, because I'm not unhappy with it. But, like, I can see where...
Can you see where I'm coming from, though?
Yeah. I can see room for improvement, but at the same time, I think they do what they were meant to do, you know?
Yeah.
Like, maybe just giving it a bit more in depth. But actually, then again, I think actually maybe giving them a 10.
Are you serious right
Yeah,
now?
because they gave them more customization options than the first Diamond and Pearl did. Because in Diamond and Pearl, you got boy and girl, and you didn't get a change of skin color. In this one, you got a change of skin color.
I mean, you also think they should add like gender neutral options.
Yes, I do, and that's because obviously in these days, like that's sort of the thing you do when I look at game design. When I look at game design, I look at everyone. I look at everyone that might want to play. Like I will give 3 options always 3 options because I want to make sure everyone is included. So I think I'm going to give the chibi models a 10 because I think that they really brought out the acceptance and they brought out the customization for like different people, and they like made people able to like that one looks like me,
Mm-hmm.
that one is me, and that like gives them that sort of this is my journey sort of feel.
Yeah.
Like personalization in their Pokemon playthrough instead of being, oh, you are only allowed to pick this character. You must pick this character. You can only look like this character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think Pokemon lately have really stepped up their game ever since X and Y.
Oh, I was gonna say Sun and Moon.
X and Y was the first time they did that.
I mean, all they really did was have different hairstyles, didn't they?
No, they did skin color as well in X and Y.
Oh, I thought that was only Sun and Moon.
No, X and Y was the first time they did that.
Fair enough.
So, hats off to them.
Now, this topic, 1, I don't know too much about, and 2, I don't really give a rat's ass about. So, I'm going to hand it over to David.
Okay, this is the game engine. What a game engine is like how it renders the game and what the game was made in. So this game was made in a game engine called Unity.
Isn't that the same game engine you use?
Yes, it is. So I use this game engine. And it's also the one that Earth's Final Hour is going to be made in. So Unity was made and founded in Copenhagen by Nicholas Frank. I can't pronounce that name.
Oh, that's Francis.
Francis. I can't read.
Nicholas Francis.
I can't read, yeah. Nicholas Francis, David Hagelson, I can't read. Helgeson, yes. And you can read the names.
Yeah, it was founded by Nicholas Francis, Joachim Antti, and David Helgeson.
There you go. On the 2nd of August 2004 in Denmark. Unity is a cross-platform game engine developed by Unity Technologies, which is primarily used to develop video games and simulations for computer consoles and mobile devices. Unity gives the users both 3D and 2D assets and things to use to create games. And it's run on the C# coding script. That's basically what Unity is. If you are curious what engine it's run on. It's a very user-friendly engine. It is also free to anyone that wants to get into making games and anyone that is interested in making games. So if you are interested, go to the Unity store, go to unity.com and go and download Unity.
So what are your thoughts on the game engine that BDSP was ran on?
I think Unity, it's not the most powerful engine. I feel that Unity has a lot of problems where it's not as powerful as something called Unreal. Unreal is what Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were made on, I believe. And also, Unreal is just a lot of better of engine. I believe Sword and Shield were also made on Unity though, which is pretty good. Although Unity, it just struggles with certain things.
Like what?
Just with rendering big games. I feel that Unity can't really handle big games too well.
Didn't some Legends Arceus run on Unity?
No, that was its own engine.
Ah, okay.
That was its own engine. I don't know what the engine's called for Legends Arceus.
Well, since I don't really have an opinion on the game engine, I'll just give it a 5 because that's not really my area of expertise. So I feel like giving it a 5 is a reasonable pick.
I feel like Unity is a good engine, easy for beginners to pick up. However, Unreal would have been a better option. I'm going to give it a 6.
Next up, we're going to be talking about assets. Would you mind explaining to the audience what assets mean?
Okay, so assets are what are in the game. So, what is a tree? What is a flower? What is a building? You know, like, it's what is in the game. How do you think the models get there? How do you think the characters get there? How do you think the house gets there? They don't just get there. They don't just get put on the terrain, you know?
I mean, you would know. You've done this sort of thing before.
Yeah, they don't just get put there. You have to put them there yourself. Yeah, you download the asset or you make the asset in a software like Blender. Yeah, Blender's a 3D model asset maker. And then you put the asset from Blender into Unity and then you place it on your terrain. Yeah, so that is an asset.
The only really thing I had to say about the assets is that I want to swap chibis for 3D models. But that's going back to character design, so that's really my only thing about it.
I mean, that is an asset in itself, so
yeah.
you can make a comment on that.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, chibis are hideous.
What do you think about the trees and everything else?
I like the trees, I like the buildings. I definitely think the buildings themselves were a massive revamp compared to like Diamond and Pearl. I love the art design for the buildings, how they designed the buildings, the lot. So the only thing I really complain about is the character models.
The character models. I think that the trees being low poly, again, like the assets were low poly. Obviously, that's to fit with the chibi style of the game. Now, low poly means low polygon. It makes the game run a lot smoother because it's easier to render. Because if it's a realistic game like Skyrim, it would be a lot harder for the Switch to handle. A game like Sword and Shield is not low poly. That had realistic like assets.
So it was a high polygon.
Hits Robert. I'm joking. Right, so it's that's the only problem. I would like them to be high poly. However, I can't really complain because it does fit in with the style of the game, with everything else with it, you know?
Yeah.
I can't really complain.
So, considering the fact that I just want the character models to stay the same, and the fact that I love the art design for the trees, the buildings, everything, the interior of the gyms, the outside of the gyms, the lot, the league, everything, I would say a solid 8 out of 10 is not too bad.
Yeah, I think that some of the assets, again, they are low poly. I'm not a big fan of low poly assets, personally, because I'm a big fan of, realistic assets.
But would you say that it worked in this game?
It did work in the style that the stylistic choice of the game creators went for. I'm gonna give it a 7. Because my personal preference is realistic game assets, but I think it was pretty good. I think 7's pretty good, but again, would rather realistic assets because that's just my personal preference.
Alright, next thing we're going to be talking about is skyboxes. So would you mind explaining what skyboxes are and mean?
Okay, so a skybox is what the sky looks like. So when we put in a skybox, at first, in a game engine, the sky is blank, so there is no sky. And then you put in a box, which makes the sky move, or makes it a solid picture. So it makes the sky look like a sky. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a sky.
Now, in the original games, the only time we could see the sky is in the reflection of water and in battle. And even then, you don't really see much of an animation.
You don't see the sky in battle.
I mean, you do in the background of the trainer. Like, you see the sky, it could be blue, it could be yellow, it could be a nighttime.
The camera doesn't pan around, it just shows the Pokemon.
I mean, the background shows the sky. The background is the sky in a Pokemon battle. Unless you're inside of a building.
Yeah, but even in the original games, it just showed the Pokemon.
I mean, if the background is orange, that's the sky. If the background is blue, that's the sky.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just, okay, that's a bit weird. Okay, right. Oh, okay, I did, yeah. It's a bit weird then, I haven't really noticed that before.
Another thing that I've noticed that he didn't.
Yeah, see, that's how bad the skyboxes were that I didn't even notice them. See, the skyboxes were definitely a step up in this game then, because I noticed the skyboxes, and they moved. They were moving skyboxes. They were motion skyboxes.
Yeah, the clouds moved along with the game, and I'm pretty sure no two clouds were the same, if I am correct.
I don't know about that one. I haven't looked. That I will take notice of when I go back on and have a look.
I'm helping him with his BDSP Nuzlocke.
No, you're not. I mean, you are. You are a little bit, I suppose. I've asked you for a little bit of advice every now and then.
Yeah, like, I'm very good remembering like what Pokemon stats are best compared to like some others, and as well as movesets.
Yeah, and how my Torterra is just wasting XP. Yeah, I have a Torterra. He's sitting at the back of my party, just doing nothing.
Anyway, skyboxes in BDSP, superb. Would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So, if I were to rank skyboxes, even though not the biggest deal in the world to me, I'm gonna be honest, I would probably rank them... I'll give them a 9. That feels like a reasonable rank.
I think... Because they change when you use, like, weather effects as well.
Oh yeah, in that case, I'll go to a 10.
I think with that, because it's okay, right? Skyboxes, I'm gonna go with 8.
You're gonna say 8?
8, yeah, 8's good.
All right, next thing we're gonna be talking about is level design. David?
Okay, right. So this is my area of expertise.
Yeah, like he does this in college, so this is literally his child.
Yeah, I love level design. So looking at it, the level design, it's practically the exact same layout as the original.
Just better graphics.
Yeah, it's enhanced graphically. Because obviously it's a better console, it can render better, higher graphical enhancements, better graphic card. It's... the level designs are, again, from the original games, is really good. I really like the level designs. The only problem I have with it is the amount of goddamn HMs that you have to goddamn use to get around the goddamn region, and how many times do I have to goddamn say it? Can we get a goddamn counter at the bottom, please? Is that possible? Can you edit that in?
I can find some way to edit it in.
I'm joking. You don't have to do that.
Oh, I can do it. It's not too bad.
Because goddamn, I goddamn hate it.
There's 2 more. I mean, I personally feel like it's quite nostalgic, you know, the level design. It brings you back to the OG Pokemon games. I personally like that aspect. It makes you feel like you're back in your own favourite game.
That makes you use HMs every 5 minutes.
I mean, HMs are kind of irrelevant now because you can use them from your Pokétch.
Yes, let's make them use HMs every 2 minutes. Ah, yes. I hate it so much. I hate the fact that you have to use Rock Smash through here. Oh yes, let's use Surf now. It drives me nuts. Surf's not that bad. I like Surf. Surf's my favourite because you can just let's ride on your Pokemon.
I mean, probably the most annoying HM to use would probably be...
Wait. Let's say it at the same time and let's say if we agree.
I just did a 3-way tie though.
No, I want to see, choose one in your head. Right, and then we're going to say it at the same time.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Rock
Strength.
Smash.
What?
What?
Not Strength?
Not Rock Smash?
Why not Rock Smash? Why not Strength?
Why not Rock Smash?
Rock Smash is just quick and over and done with, but Strength you have to move the boulder.
Okay, Strength. Yeah, okay. I agree.
Rock Smash is just
I mean, when you have multiple rocks in your way, you know?
Yeah, but strength puzzles. Come on now.
Okay, yeah, strength. I'll give you that.
God damn. Strength puzzles give me strength. Like,
I mean,
actually, don't give me strength.
Yeah, they give you stress.
Yeah, they give me stress. Exactly. They are the reason that I have insomnia.
Yeah. I mean, level designs, meh. Like, didn't you say off chat that you thought the level design was like had some issues? Like, you could go out of bounds and you get to soft locks.
Yeah. So this is an issue when the game came out. If you didn't know that, on the first day of the game came out, you could get special event Pokemon.
Specifically, Darkrai and Shaman.
Yeah, you wasn't meant to get that until like 6 months later, or like 5 months later, however long it was, when they released the goddamn events. There's another one. It's kind of ridiculous, like how you could go out of bounds to get those Pokemon on day one. Did they not test that?
Clearly not.
Like, that's a little ridiculous. Like, that is a little ridiculous that they did not think that people would exploit that. Like, really?
And also, soft lock.
Yeah, soft lock. That's another thing. In Snowpoint City, and I think
I know that you said there are apparently 3, but the only one that I knew of was the one in Snowpoint City.
Snowpoint, and there's another one in I can never remember the name of the city.
Valstone.
You know what one I was talking about? Valstone City. There's another one there. And there's one more that I know about, but I don't remember where it actually is. So I can't comment on it because I don't remember where it is. But there is one more, and I don't know where it is.
I mean, at least they fixed their problems now.
No, the soft locks in not Canolay. For God's sake, Veilstone is still there.
I mean, did they fix the one in Snowpoint?
Not to my knowledge. The soft locks are still active.
Then in that regard, I do like the level design for the region itself. It's just, the soft...
Wait.
What?
Are you going to give your rating? Because there's one more thing that we...
You can say the next thing then.
Okay, I didn't know if you was going to give your rating, because there was, one more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Grand Underground.
Oh, I quite like the Grand Underground.
I have a problem with the rooms. Now, the rooms repeat, like the caves. Like, they repeat the same thing, like, a lot of the time. Like, say the Spacious Cave, right? Spacious Cave has the same design for every Spacious Cave. That is lazy, my friend.
Okay, that I'll give you.
That is very lazy. Now, they had time. They had time to design individual rooms. Okay? Now, don't give me that crap. Skyrim, okay, had over, 100, maybe 150 dungeons? Now, I'll tell you what. Every single cave was different.
Not one thing was exactly the same.
Nope, every single cave had different loot, different landscape,
different layouts.
Different layout. That was the word I was looking for. Different layout, different enemies. Some with unique weapons, different names, different levels. Yeah. They had no excuse here. Okay.
Okay, then in that regard, I'll probably give my rank now. So I think I'll probably give it... I'll give it a 6. I feel like that's a generous, ranking, would you say?
I would say so. I'm going to give it I think a 6. I think a 6 is good too. I'm going to agree with you with a 6.
Awesome.
6 is good. We agree.
And the final topic we are talking about is game mechanics. Now, I'm assuming you guys know what game mechanics are, but if you don't, David will explain.
Game mechanics is how a game works and what's inside the game. So, say, a certain feature, critical hits is a game mechanic, for example.
Didn't you say, drop items and items you pick up as a game mechanic?
Yeah. So, say if there's an item on the ground, the mechanic would be destroy item into inventory, if that makes sense.
So, we can both agree on one thing about the game mechanics. The friendship mechanics!
Now, I was actually sitting with Robert before we recorded this video, and he battled Barry, and he had his Magna Zone out, and he was battling the Staraptor, and he used Thunderbolt on it, and I have Focus Sash, right? Propped the Focus Sash propped, and he used Close Combat, and his bloody stupid Magna Zone got a friendship boost and dodged his Close Combat.
The power of friendship conquers all, Kaiba!
That was a great Mickey Mouse impression. Just saying.
Oh my god, it's Shizu! What are you doing here?
I've been here the whole time. Definitely what Shizu sounds like, doesn't it? Right.
I was standing here this whole time.
Right, anyway. We need to...
Oh yeah, didn't you have something that you had to say about the game mechanics? About the TNs specifically?
Yeah, no, I didn't like the fact that they went infinite because it really limits your team building.
I mean, I personally like that aspect because it brings back the nostalgia of Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, it just makes it irritating though.
Yeah, but it makes you need to think more, you know? About what TM you want to give your Pokemon. And plus, even if they are not infinite use, you can still get them from the Grand Underground dude.
Okay, right. So take a new player, for example.
And?
Right, new player gets, say, Thief, right?
Right.
Teaches it to a Pokemon, right? So say that he's trying to get a Moonstone, for example.
Fun fact for you. Basically, when David first got Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, he tried hours and hours and hours on end to find a Cleffa. And when I first got Shining Pearl, the very first encounter I got in Mount Coronet was a Cleffa.
And the funny fact is, when I did my BDSP, like when I started my BDSP Nuzlocke, I encountered a Cleffa.
First try,
and it made me want to cry. But yeah, no. But like, the thing is that a noob might teach their Pokemon moves willy-nilly, and they can't reuse the TM for when they learn that they accidentally use good TMs on Pokemon.
That's what the thing is, though. That is a lesson in itself. It makes...
Yeah, but then, like, you know, they would have to restart the game because they used all their good TMs on terrible Pokemon.
But then, and it will make them learn to always think before you do something.
Okay, yeah, but here's something. They might not want to play the game. That'll turn them off from ever playing the game again. So, like, yeah, think before you act. Here's the thing. Think before they sell the game back to the game store. You know? A 7-year-old child isn't going to act that way. You know? Like, you would, but a 7-year-old isn't. For a game...
I mean, I acted the same way when I got Pokemon games.
Now, listen, what I'm thinking, this is how I'm thinking, right? Kids today don't have the attention span that we did.
Yeah, to be fair.
Okay, I'm thinking of the demographic today.
I mean, most people, like kids specifically nowadays, they basically want to have their cake and eat it too.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they want things handed to them these days.
Yeah, they just want on a silver platter with a bow tie. Here you go.
You know, like, you got to realise that kids these days aren't, like, I'm not saying that, like, it's a bit different now, you know? Like, infinite TMs has become a thing, okay? And it's a staple because... And it's not just for me. It's not just for them, but it's for, like, us as well because it, like... It allows us to be more diverse when we build our teams, you know?
Yeah, but I personally don't mind it not being infinite use.
And also, it's for, like, competitive Pokemon as well. So if we want to build a competitive team and we have to go and grind...
Yeah, but... That's what makes it so good. You have to work for it in order to get it.
Yeah, but
think about it this way. In martial arts, you have to work for your black belt. You start at the bottom, you work for it, and you get to the top.
Okay, so say you're already at the top. You're already at the top, Rob. Okay? You've already beaten the game. You got every single goddamn Pokemon.
There's another goddamn.
Okay? You complete the game, you beat Cynthia, you've got every single Pokemon in the Pokedex, shiny, living dex, and you want to build a competitive team. So now you got to go into the ground, underground, and grind spheres. Because the game doesn't give you infinite TMs.
I still don't mind it.
That is silly to me. That is like a little bit silly.
Well, one thing we can agree on with game mechanics is, again, the Pokemon walking animation.
Yeah, that's horrible and disgusting.
Yeah, we both agree that they should have done full-scale models. So, Dialga should be the size of a skyscraper.
I don't think the Dialga's that tall.
I mean, it's like 28 feet.
A skyscraper is not 28 feet tall.
How tall's a skyscraper?
A lot bigger than 28 feet, Rob. You're 6 feet.
I mean, I was joking, but oh well.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay. I was gonna say.
Anywho, didn't you also say that you think HM moves should have been infinite use?
So Surf, like, again, that comes to it, like, things like that. Like, again, it just limits, like, competitive Pokemon players.
I mean, you get 5 uses of every HM move, though.
Yeah, but still.
And the rest you can, get again in the Grand Underground.
I think every TM, if they was going to do that, it should be times 5. Every TM you pick up should be times 5.
I mean, they did that with the TMs you get in the gyms.
Yeah, but every TM you pick up should be times 5.
Yeah, that gets a bit silly.
I don't think it does, personally. I think every TM you pick up should be times 5. Like, you get one Thief TM. I think that's a bit ridiculous. It's Thief. Like, come on, you don't get another one till post-game.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you get one from the Underground, dude.
No, you don't get it till post-game.
Oh, you don't get it from the Underground, dude?
Not until your post-game.
Well, I don't really use Thief that much, apart from on a compound dies Butterfree.
Yeah, you see, I had to teach my Thief on my Nuzlocke to a Stunky, but then I realised if I taught it to my Honchkrow, if I had an infinite use one, I could have got my IM easier. So I looked up, where can I get a Thief? Turns out you can't get another one till post game. See, this is what I mean. If I had infinite uses, see, this is what I mean. It limits your field of play.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like, so I had to spend 3 hours of my day
on call with me, by the way.
3 hours of my day, which, you know, would have been quicker, looking for that Moonstone, because they didn't have infinite use TMs. Because they were limiting people's field of play. Now, for me as a game designer, I don't like things that make things seem grindy for no particular reason. Now, I don't mind people doing a little bit of grindiness, but if there's a way to make things less grindy, I shall do it, you know?
So how would you rank game mechanics from 1 to 10?
The game mechanics were pretty good, however, because of the less infinite use TMs, and also the fact that the friendship thing exists, I'm going to have to give the game mechanics maybe a 4.
I personally think they're a bit better than that, so that's why I'm probably going to be giving the game mechanics a 7 out of 10.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
So we've gone over all of our ranks. Now we find the average score between the two of us. My average score was a 7.5 out of 10.
My average score was 6.5 out of 10.
So that means out of 100, the average score was an 84.5 out of 100.
Yeah.
So I would say that these games are very, very good, but they do have problems.
Yeah, they have a lot of work that needs to be done to them. However, I think that they were pretty good for what they were. I definitely think they are worth buying. However, I think you should do your own research after watching this video and make sure that you know what you're buying.
Yeah, make sure you do your own research and see how other people found their experience in BDSP. Maybe even chat to your friends if they've bought the game and see what their experience was.
Maybe watch a couple of Let's Plays on it first as well. Maybe watch like a trailer.
Maybe even a Nuzlocke.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Pokemon Challenges is a good one, but I don't think he did a BDSP one.
No, I don't think he did.
But still, watch playthroughs, man. Like, that's the best way to do it. And then decide for yourself.
And now then, guys, hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. Be sure to let me know down in the comment section below if you agreed with my points, if you agree with David's points, if you have your own personal views, if you think we gave the correct ratings, and if you have any video suggestions for the future, be sure to let me know down in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to David's channel. We're planning to do some stuff over on your channel, aren't we, bro?
Yeah, we are. Also look forward to more collabs on this channel when I can. This is not the only video, by the way. There will be more coming on here when I can. However, I'm very busy. Just look forward to more content coming on here in the future.
Definitely. We've definitely got some really exciting stuff planned.
Yeah, indeed.
So stay tuned.
Indeed.
Did you enjoy the video as much as we did? If you did, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up, comment down below, share this video with a friend, and if you're new, subscribe to my channel. It's been Inferno today. Okay, that's all from us, and so until the next time, this is Infernape.
And this is the Arctic Amnesia.
Signing out. Bye-bye.